Welcome to QCC's Face the Region. Face the Region is produced by Quinsigamond Community College to assist our region in attaining educational, economic, and personal prosperity. Now, here's your host, WCRN's Hank Stoltz.
Good afternoon, I'm Hank Stoltz, and this is QCC's Face the Region on News and Talk Radio, AM 830 WCRN. We're so pleased today to be talking about Phi Theta Kappa here at QCC. And to join us in this first part of our conversation, we have the president of Phi Theta Kappa, Kayla Patterson, is with us. We also have one of the past presidents with us, who is now an advisor, and that's Judy LaBelle Christian, and also Bonnie Coleman is with us as well. Bonnie, thank you very much on the faculty here, and also an advisor for Phi Theta Kappa.
Yes,
Who wants to give me the overview, because you are also well qualified to do so, about what exactly it is that Phi Theta Kappa is and who it is who could become a member? Jody, why don't we begin with you?
Originally, Phi Theta Kappa started out in 1918 to recognize women and their academic excellence, and in the 40s, they decided to allow the men come on board. It wasn't until the 1990s they decided to build this 5-star program, which we all now are very well in tune to forming and creating different tasks to get to that point. Here at our chapter, the Alpha Zeta Theta chapter at Quinsigamond Community College, we require students to complete 16 credits here at the college and have a cumulative grade point average of 3.5 or better to receive an invitation to join. You cannot join our honor society any other way besides receiving that very qualified invitation of academic excellence that they have to strive for. And the organization itself does have the 4 hallmarks that it recognizes, which are scholarship, leadership, fellowship, and service. And you'll hear a lot about the service end that we do, which the fellowship comes right along with that, with the community service that we offer for all the different items that we have going on with the school.
Wow. So, Kayla, congratulations on being the current president of Phi Theta Kappa, and obviously you responded when you got the invitation to join. Tell me a little bit about that. When you first got that invitation, then what made you decide to join Phi Theta Kappa and how you came to be president?
So when I first got the invitation, I was really excited. You go into all the different classes, and a lot of the professors here really recommend that if you do receive an invitation, that you accept it, because you get a lot of different like benefits that come along with it. You get the scholarship, and you get the recognition of doing really, really well. So when I got that, obviously I accepted right away. That's something that I'm not going to pass up. And along with that, you get involved. To be a part of the Alpha Zeta Theta chapter here, you need, and to receive your gold stole for graduation, you do need to do 2 community service events and attend a general meeting. So I attended my first general meeting to get a little bit more information about what exactly it was that I was getting involved with. And upon doing that, I got right involved with the community service, and it was the best decision I made. You make so many new friends, and you get involved, and you help out on campus. And so, the more that you get to work with all these different people, different opportunities come up, and I was presented with the opportunity to run for chapter president, and that's something that I held on to and I ran with, and here we are.
Well, that's terrific, and again, congratulations on being the president. Let's talk, Bonnie, if we can, a little bit about this community service then. Obviously, as both Jody and Kayla have talked about, this is a very, very important aspect of Phi Theta Kappa. What are some of these community service projects that are underway right now?
Okay, so we have a few projects. We will be doing we do an annual fall cookout every year, which will be October 7th with the rain date of October 14th. All the proceeds that we raise from that day will go to Lily, the Worcester Public Bookmobile, the newest bookmobile. We have made a 3-year commitment with the Worcester Public Library to keep Lily on the road and promote literacy to children here in Worcester. And we will also be doing a color run. This is our 2nd annual color run, which will be held on October 17th. You can register that day, but it's best to call us in the office or stop by the office and pick up your registration form. We will be having T-shirts and also a $500 tuition waiver for the student or person that brings in the most walkers or runners. That will be October 17th. The registration begins at 9 a.m. with the walk and run beginning at 10 a.m. We will be doing the 5K, and it will be going around the college, so it's outside the college. And we hope people will come what's the word? Support us, yes, for this color run. And again, all the funds will go.
Yeah, and these color runs are a lot of fun. I mean, everybody has these 5Ks. Jody, this one is something a little different, obviously, where everybody gets to be sprayed with the color and has the color on them at the end. So that's a lot of fun. Bonnie, I'm wondering if you could tell me just a little bit about how you got involved with Phi Theta Kappa, and being an advisor to them, and what you do here at QCC.
Okay, so I've been here for 30 years at the college, and I worked for probably about 20 of those years over in the student life office. So I have always worked very closely with students, which I love. And I had this opportunity to come over here, and we were a silent chapter. We were chartered on April 8th, 1980, with 11 members. So when I came over here about 9 years ago, we had 30 active members on campus. And like I said, we were a silent chapter, which the students would come in, pay their fee, and then never talk to anybody again. It would be Phi Theta Kappa on their transcript. So when we came over, we thought, well, these are our best students at the college. They should be out in our community doing good things for our community. So when I came over and I was presented with 30 empty folders, I thought to myself, oh my, this is going to be a challenge. But as of today, we're up to about 350 active members, and the students they love to go out and do community service, either on our campus or off our campus, and a lot of our students end up with jobs. With
350 active members. All right, Kayla, tell me how you're kind of in charge of this. That's a pretty large group doing a lot of good here in the community, and making all of these positive moves for social change and everything. Obviously being involved then, and not allowing it to just be something where it shows up on people's transcripts, or to go back to what it was at one point. It must be a big part of your job.
It is a big part of our job. So we emphasize that it is a very large commitment. If it's something that you want to do, then you need to have the time for it. We don't just go out and we don't do anything, We're always involved, and we encourage our members to be just as involved as we are. And with that, we have all these events, and we give them so many different opportunities to do things that mean something to them when they go out and do community service. So not only are we raising money for Lily, but we go out and we help different people, and we do different things, and everybody gets involved. And so by listening to our members and what they want to do, we take that into consideration when we plan our different events.
Well, these events that are coming up are a lot of fun, and we're going to hear a little bit more about them in detail as well. We're going to hear a little bit more about some of the things that not only how you can get involved and come out and support us, they have invited you to do, but some of the other fun music and things that are going to be happening at some of these events as well. And that's on the way, as not only have we now been speaking with Kayla Patterson, who is the current president of Phi Theta Kappa here at QCC, but also past president Jody LaBelle Christian, who is still very involved, has joined us as well. And Bonnie Coleman, 30 years here at QCC, who is very involved as an advisor, have all been telling us about the background, talking a little bit about the mission, about the way in which they are involved in the community. We've got some other folks who are going to be joining the conversation, and that's coming up straight ahead on QCC's Face the Region on News and Talk Radio, AM 830 WCRN. QCC's Face the Region continues on News and Talk Radio, AM 830 WCRN. We're talking about Phi Theta Kappa, letting you get to know what it is that their mission is here at QCC. We've been speaking with the president of Phi Theta Kappa, Kayla Patterson. Bonnie Coleman has been joining in on that conversation. Also, Jody LaBelle Christian is here with us, all talking about Phi Theta Kappa and their connections to it. And Kim May, who is liaison for workforce development here, and is going to be telling us a little bit about her connection to Phi Theta Kappa and some of the great work that they are doing. And we've already heard a little bit about it. Kim will be expanding on that for us. But Jody, it's hard. I mean, we could do we want to get a lot in here, but I mean, we could do a whole hour show just on some of the accolades that have been given to PTK here at QCC. You really are, and we find this out each and every week, you really are a leader across the nation. I mean, QCC, 2-year school, community college, but one of the leaders really in the nation. And PTK, the chapter here, no exception to that.
Absolutely. Actually, out of the 59 chapters here in the New England 6 states, we've been the most distinguished chapter the past 4 years running. And if not number one, we've been the second runner-up as the most distinguished chapter. On top of that, we've had multiple distinguished honors in action projects, which are large research-based projects that the officer team begins back in induction at April. We hand them the book and say, get your feet running. And then also across the nation, we've been a part of the top 100 chapters twice in a row, coming in at number 24.
Now, how do these rankings happen? I mean, how do you get to be second, or how do you get to be 24 or number one? How's that?
Yeah, that's a great question. A lot of people will ask that. There's two main projects that they work on. One's called an Honors in Action project, which is a research-based project based on the honors theme that comes out biannually. And they will pick a theme. There's 10 themes within that project that they pick. They research it very well, get some deep thinking going, collaborate with different partners within the community, different leaders within those themes. And then they decide to do a project based on the research they formed and decide to affect that project somehow with the research that will move forward and leave things left undone, but yet have some type of impact on the community that shows that they're not just the top 10% of the college campus going out and doing community service and shoveling and cleaning things up. They're actually using their top 10% minds to critically think about a problem and an issue in today's world and address it in a way that they find as fitting.
Wow. Well, it sounds like, Kayla, I should have you come in and maybe piggyback on that and talk about some of these things then a little bit. You then have this awesome responsibility. You are not only the president of PTK, but you have to carry on this tradition of you got to be, number one in the nation. And then we'll check in with Kim as well. Did pressure keep you up at night?
It does.
Keeps me up at
It is a
night.
very intense project, but it is definitely worth it. Like you said, there's a theme that you pick through biannually, and we pick a theme that we feel affects the college community, and even outside of that, we come together. It's a lot of brainstorming, it's a lot of working together, teamwork, butting heads, but you come together as a team and you pick a topic, and you work together and you create this awesome project, and you hope to leave that impact that.
Walk me through it a little bit. So what's happening right now with the students, with the people who are involved with PTK?
So currently we are in the process of putting our project together. We've done all of our research. Our officers have come together. We've done our research, and now we're taking that research and we are putting it into a project. We're making.
Yeah.
So we are advocating for the deaf community as our project for this year. Our theme, it's within a theme called Frontiers and Spirit of Exploration. We're focusing in on the frontiers of medicine. And we're focusing in on cochlear implants and giving people an unbiased knowledge of whether or not they would, if their child was born deaf, would they get their child a cochlear implant? Because it's a very controversial issue. Some people are very, very against it, and some people will absolutely do it. And we want to kind of give people the unbiased information that they need if they were ever faced with a decision like that. And so we are currently making a brochure or a pamphlet to give to people so that they can make that decision if they were ever faced with it.
Wow, important work. Again, congratulations on some of the great work being done by Phi Theta Kappa right here at QCC. I think this leads then into Kim May. And Kim, thanks so much for your joining us. We'll make sure that we got the microphone right over there. So now you're working with this bookmobile project.
Correct.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Absolutely. So last year I actually was an officer of Alpha Zeta Theta chapter, and during that time frame we made a unanimous decision actually to work with the Worcester Public Library as well as Lilly, which is the newest bookmobile. And in doing some of the research to learn a little bit about it, one of the statistics we learned about was that 59% of third graders within the community were not reading to capacity. And so when you're up to third grade, you're reading to learn and then, or learn to read and then read to learn. But we wanted to actually be able to improve those literacy rates and lessen the gap.
Now, am I right in, so you're working right now and you're working on the project for the deaf. That is going to be a project that is going to happen this year.
Right.
Working with Lily with the bookmobile and literacy here in central Massachusetts. This is ongoing. I mean, this is something that will happen year after year.
Right. It's a 3-year commitment, but the benefits that will obviously aid the children in the long run and the community will far outweigh.
Yeah, so there must be some wonderful partnerships that you have. Not only QCC, obviously, but Phi Theta Kappa, must have then all of these, the library, obviously, but other partnerships must come into play with this as well. Is that, I mean, is it, so it's mostly between QCC and Phi Theta Kappa and the library?
Exactly.
Working on this. Wow.
Right.
Can you take me behind the scenes a little bit about how it came about and working with some of the people at the library and some of those goals were set up? Did they approach you? Did you approach them?
I believe that it was actually the president of the college, President Carberry. Was something that was very near and dear to her heart. Yeah. And again, our mission, we try to engage in community service and learning, and to be able to give back to the community and benefit children in the community.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's certainly, boy, it really does go hand in glove with what you're working on. Right. Bonnie, when you're taking a look at this, and we'll have you grab the microphone here just for a second as well. When you're taking a look at this and some of the projects that are going on, are there projects that are brought forward sometimes where you as an advisor say, I don't know if that fits with our overall goals? There's only so many that you can do, obviously. So how do you make some of these decisions?
There are. So usually what happens is the students will come to me and say, hey, I have this great nonprofit that I think we should work with. And I usually will bring it right to the officers at their meeting. They meet twice a month, and they're the ones that will actually make the total vote on if we're going to work with that nonprofit. But I will say, out of all the years that I have been working with the students, I don't think we've ever said no to anyone, which is our problem, because we take on an awful lot. But we have worked with, Sherry's house here, Why Me? We've worked with Jeremiah's in Abby's house. Birthday wishes. We've worked with the Veterans Inc., the animal shelter out in the Brookfields, the Hole in the Wall Gang Camp. You name it, we've worked with them if they're in Worcester. And Audio Journal, Community Harvest Project. Yes.
Yeah, this is wonderful. We're learning quite a bit about Phi Theta Kappa here at QCC, and our conversation will continue. As a matter of fact, we're going to be bringing another guest into the conversation. John will be joining us as we talk about the annual fall cookout and give you another chance to get signed up and find out some more information about the color run that's coming up as well. A couple of easy ways for us to get involved and help support the great work that you're hearing about today from Phi Theta Kappa at QCC. QCC's Face the Region continues on News and Talk Radio, AM 830 WCRN. I'm Hank Stoltz, and this is QCC's Face the Region on News and Talk Radio, AM 830 WCRN. We've been talking today about Phi Theta Kappa, and we want to let you in on some events that are coming up at QCC as well. These are all events which you are invited to. You can come out, you can see some of the great work, and you can meet some of the folks that we've been talking to, including the president of PTK here at QCC. Kayla Patterson is with us. Also, Jody LaBelle Christian with us, Bonnie Coleman with us, both advisors. Jody certainly a past president as well. Kim May, who was with us to tell us a little bit about their work with the bookmobile and had to run, but also past member of PTK. And John Soloperto is with us, who's going to tell us a little bit not only about some of the events we have already mentioned, but also about a jazz festival that is coming up. And John, you have a connection to Phi Theta Kappa as well?
Well, my daughter went through Phi Theta Kappa.
Isn't that wonderful? Yeah, terrific. So a lot of great connections here. Where should we start? We've got the annual fall cookout. We've got the color run, and we've got the jazz festival. Maybe we'll start with the jazz festival, and then we'll get your commitment to join in the color run.
Okay. Well, I work for community engagement, and for the last couple of years, I've been working with the School of Humanities on a visual performing arts initiative. We'll be offering options in within the liberal arts degree for music and theater, in the fall of 2016, possibly as soon as the spring of 2016. But to that end, we started a community jazz. Tom Herbert here started a community jazz orchestra earlier this year. Excuse me, not last year. And we decided that it would be actually Kevin Butler, who runs the theater club, suggested that we have some kind of a jazz festival this fall. So we looked at some dates. We chose October 17th, not knowing about the 5K color run, but it kind of worked out very serendipitously that these events sort of mesh. So Bonnie had asked if we could provide some music as runners and walkers return. So the QCC Jazz Quartet will be playing some music outside on the Fuller patio, starting around a little after 11 till probably 11:45 or so. At 1 o'clock, we're going to have a workshop with two faculty members from Berklee College of Music, pianist John Arcaro and tenor sax player Dino Gavoni, who was formerly with Amy Winehouse. So we'll be doing the jazz workshop will last at least an hour. And following that, we'll have a program of music, some jazz ensembles and big band music from some of the local schools. There'll be from Burncoat Senior High School, Worcester Academy, and of course the QCC Community Jazz Orchestra.
I love it. I love the way that you're tying these two different events together, and the way in which then it's really a full day for anybody who wants to partake.
It's really nice that they did mesh together. We had looked at a couple of dates. We're really glad that we picked this date. We got great support from Bonnie. We'll also, the QCC faculty quartet will be playing at the PTK annual cookout on October 7th. Rain date, October 14th. The Jazz Festival will run till about 6 in the afternoon, actually, from whenever the workshop ends, which we figure will be between 2 and 3 o'clock. We'll have a program of music until 6 p.m. It's free, open to the public. It's free to students. We asked for we're requesting a $5 donation from adults.
Certainly reasonable. Hey, and all of that, of course, is going right back into the great work that is being done here. And it is clear, and we talked about this last year a little bit as well, the theater options here at QCC really taking off. I mean, really a growing component at the school.
Absolutely. The theater club has become really strong over the past few years under the leadership of Kevin Butler. This fall, we'll be doing a series of 10-minute plays, and I was invited to direct one, which I will. It's called Tape. So I look forward to doing that, and hopefully we'll have some sort of a music program, holiday music program, but that's still kind of in the early discussion stages. We want to get through this first jazz festival. We're hoping if this is successful that we can do something on a much larger scale with consortium colleges downtown in the spring.
Isn't that nice, a way to bring everybody together? I also have to believe, John, that to bring the faculty together, this is terrific. Very talented individuals, love to teach, but of course to be able to get out there and be able to play and play together. At this point,
there's a lot of untapped talent that hasn't revealed itself yet, and we're hoping that it'll expand and there'll be a much more involvement campus-wide.
You're like a talent scout, kind of going out there and putting some of this together?
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah. All right.
I certainly am an evangelist for music and theater and the performing arts and the idea of STEAM as opposed to STEM.
Oh, I like that. Give us. Well, I think because we have talked about STEM many times. Tell us what STEAM stands for.
STEM is science, technology, engineering, and math. STEAM would be science, technology, engineering, arts, and math.
Yeah, that's
you can't
wonderful.
make music without math, right?
No. Hey, I'm so glad that you were able to come in. Anything else that we need to know about the Jazz Fest other than that we should show up?
No, that's the main thing. Is please come, and I mean, even if people are coming to the 5K Color Walk, we're hoping if they want to go home, and get changed, they will come back. But we really encourage people to come to the workshop. We think it's going to be really fabulous.
Jody, Bonnie, we have really just a minute or so left. Does anybody want to give us just one more plug, maybe, for how we can find out more information or get involved with coming to the cookout or the color run?
Yes, they could call our office at 508-854-4411 or email me at bonniec@qcc.mass.edu. And I just would like to say one other thing. is we are also having Loretta LaRoche here in April, and tickets will be on sale soon for Loretta.
Oh, good. So,
And
I
that
mean, so
will
a lot of events, and Kayla, you are right in the midst of it all and making it all happen. Congratulations to you. Thank you for stopping by and spending some time with us. Appreciate it. Bonnie, thank you for being here, and Jody and John, thank you all for being here as well. And as always, thank you for tuning in each and every week here on News and Talk Radio, AM 830 WCRN, for QCC's Face the Region.
This has been Quinsigamond Community College's Face the Region with your host, Hank Stoltz. Join us again next weekend on AM 830 WCRN.